Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now in this video we're going to talk about two of the most evil villains in both of these anime, which is DBZ and One Piece. Now obviously I'm talking about Frieza and Doflamingo. Now the reason I took both of these villains is because I think both of these villains are very much different from each other, and both of these are considered the most evil villain in their own animes. And let's first talk about Doflamingo. And why do I consider Doflamingo to be a perfect villain as compared to Frieza? And what is Doflamingo like? Why is Doflamingo different from Frieza in terms of story and everything? Now, when we talk about Doflamingo origin story, he was kind of a guy who was just evil in many ways, and he had every reason to be evil, and there were many reasons why he became evil. It's because of his childhood. He faced a lot of trauma, he faced a lot of hate, he faced a lot of, I would say, powerful men trying to destroy his family and everything, and that's why he had a perfect villain origin story as compared to Frieza. And other than that, the Doflamingo story kind of like connects with this because it was really sad. I mean, when you hear about his story from his childhood, and you have every reason to think that the Doflamingo wants to be a villain because he had suffered a very brutal past as compared to Frieza, and that's why I consider Doflamingo to be kind of like story-wise to be better than Frieza. Now, when we talk about Frieza, he didn't have that kind of childhood story where he was, he faced a lot of problems, he faced a lot of evil from other people. I kind of like didn't get that much because I didn't thought that Frieza like had a story which was like more evil, and people kind of like didn't like that story or something, because Frieza didn't have that kind of story which would make you feel like, okay, Frieza, why he became like this, what was the reason. I think that was what people were missing, because Frieza didn't have that kind of story which you would say that, okay, oh wow, now I understand why he turned into a villain, because Frieza didn't have that kind of a villain origin story as compared to Doflamingo. In Doflamingo case, you know the reason why he became into this evil guy. And as compared to that, I think Frieza was missing this point. And let's talk about the next thing, which was having evil thoughts, both of these characters. Now, I know a lot of you guys would say that Doflamingo had more evil intentions as compared to Frieza. But I would like to say that Frieza had more evil intentions as compared to Doflamingo, because this guy just not just destroys a person, but he just destroys a planet because he didn't like something about that planet, and he just tried to destroy it because he could not let it go away. So that's why, in that opinion, I would say Frieza is kind of like had more evil intentions as compared to Doflamingo. While on the other hand, if we talk about Doflamingo's evil intention, he was kind of like had evil intentions, but he would not go that much far to kill a person. While on the other hand, Frieza would just kind of like obliterate every one of them who would just try to be in his path. And that's why Frieza became like a villain who is just talked about every time when someone talks about DBZ. Now, when we talk about the next point, which was destruction, I would say both of these characters did destruction in their own style. Doflamingo, on the other hand, you destroy ships and everything, whatever stands in his path, whatever he don't like. While on the other hand, Frieza would destroy planets and planets. And I know a lot of you would say that, okay, Frieza had more destructive power than Doflamingo. I would say yes, I agree with that. But One Piece, kind of like its power, its destruction level is limited to the world, and it does not go far beyond the world, so it's unfair to compare both of these animes. And that's why I think that both of these kind of like comparison is kind of like not okay, because Frieza destroyed planets and planets, while on the other hand Doflamingo destroyed, like, I would say, ships and wreckage and everything. So both of them stands in their own ways in destruction. And when I talk about the other point, which is overall being a better villain, I would say it's kind of like a tie, because I think Doflamingo was origin story was much more better than Frieza, while Frieza lacked that kind of a story, villain origin story, what we were thinking of. But Frieza, on the other hand, had more kind of like evil intentions as compared to Doflamingo, because he would just destroy everything, whatever stands in his path. He was truly an evil guy. While Doflamingo also was an evil guy, but he does things in his own style, and that's why both of these are villain are very much, I would say, different from each other. But in terms of evilness, I would say it would be a tie between both of these characters. Now I would love to ask you guys, like, what do you think about this being a better villain? Who do you think is a better villain? And if you have an answer, write it down in the comment section below. And I hope you guys have a hope you guys like this video, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And I hope you guys have a nice day. Peace out.